Sand, stones, and serenity. The seashore. When secret agents like myself complete difficult missions, it's always a pleasure to take an unteamed soiree in the form of a vacation. The one egregious thing? You're never off duty, as we shall see. Whoa! Oh dear. Close, but no banana. Suppose I better go and help.
Are you alright? Yeah, mate. I think I broke my clavicle, but I'll be alright. Wait a minute, I know you. I'd recognise that face anywhere. You're the famous Fred Aura.
Well, what can I say, but hats off to you.
I'm glad you could rendezvous with me for a luncheon, Mr. Aura. I need your help. Sure. Yes, it is.
Well... Well, in all the years I've known you, I've never seen you quite so disconcerted. Pray tell, what seems to be the matter?
You see, old chap, I'm in a bit of bother. You know how I've been in the spy business like you? And that I've been jumping from border to border in the interests of London.
Well, of course I do, but make sure the audience knows as well.
Well, I have. Anyway, during one of my vicarious missions, I discovered a horrible, hideous fact.
Don't tell me. Birds tweet to protect their nests?
Not quite so extreme. Only a plot to smuggle gold.
I say. Gold, you say?
Yes, I say. £2 million worth of gold bullion. There's a secret group of people who are going to transfer the entire stock of New Belgium into another country.
What a dastardly bunch of bungling traitorous reactionaries.
Unfortunately, they noticed me. I was able to elude them. But now they want me eliminated. There's nowhere to go. I'm being hunted like a prize antelope. That's why I'm residing here at this hotel.
Well, it certainly wasn't for the view. This painted background bores me. I can see that you're in quite the quandary, dear fellow. The knowledge contained inside your head is priceless. Here, I'll give you a key to my spare house downtown. Go there, lock yourself in. Don't answer the door. I will keep you abreast of any developments.
You're ever so kind, Freddy. I'm glad I can rely on you.
In the meantime, I need to locate the missing gold, stop it from reaching its destination, and apprehend the ones responsible. Waiter, check, please.
Yep, looks all good, sir.
No, I was hoping to pay.
There's a wig shop around the corner, sir.
Yeah, I'll just charge it to the Colonel's account. Well, I'm obliged for the luncheon. I shall see you anon.
my longtime friend informed me of the location where he had overheard the news. I decided to comb my hair, then comb the area for clues. Unbeknownst to me, I did not realize that a familiar face would be looking into the case.
Goodness gracious, when I arrived on scene, I didn't think I'd have to welcome my latest headache.
Well, as I live and breathe, the pride of New Scotland Yard, Claude Useless Teal.
You are not under obligation to use my middle name every time we meet, Aura.
It's always satisfying to work with a man who lives up to his name.
If you don't want me to drag you out of here by the scruff of your dubious neck, perhaps you'd care to explain your business here.
I think I would be optimistic in concluding that in spite of our differences, we have the common desire for the acquisition of AWOL gold bullion. Agree?
I don't approve of the contemporary vulgarism of dispensing capsules of instant knowledge, especially on a case as significant as this.
Aren't you rather underestimating your nuisance value? A smidgen of cooperation betwixt us will go a long way, Inspector.
Although it pains me immensely, I've unyielded nothing worthy of note. Ere long, that gold will be out of the country and untraceable.
I have a, shall we say, informant who elucidated the possibility of this being the work of a smuggling ring.
That wouldn't surprise me. It is a regrettable fact that COBOL methods and political propaganda are not the privilege of our epoch.
Touché.
This informant. I'd like to invite him down to the station for questioning. Supposing what you say is true, Mr. Aura, he may be our only lead.
On the contrary, my cantankerous companion, his life is haplessly entangled with a gang of ne'er-do-wells, and I have the means of preserving him safely.
I would like you to know that I very much resent your firm interference in my police affairs, Mr. Aura. I work in facts. We do this my way.
You'll never guess where I've got him.
You've got him, eh? So he must be at one of your houses, then.
What do you mean? 23 Saint Street is hardly a house. I haven't even had it refurbished yet.
Dear Mr. Aura, your lips are looser than a cobweb. Right, I'm leaving forthwith. Have a bad day, won't you?
Doctor, how is he holding up? So he received very minor injuries. He's totally fine, and he even has all of his memories intact. The only problem is he has an inability to recall any information concerning the words gold, smuggling, or ring. Of course, I wouldn't imagine that would be much of an imposition. In any case, he'll have to remain under doctor's supervision for 8 weeks.
Well, that's awfully convenient. I suppose that'll extend the runtime.
What was that? Nothing.
Aura, every time I lay eyes on you, I lose 70 brain cells.
Useless Teal, you are kind enough to grace us with your laborious presence.
I haven't got any presents for you, my boy, except an arrest warrant.
What? On which grounds?
This man's near death was your fault. If you hadn't snuck him away, he'd still be all right.
Conversely, if I let you cross-question him, you would have risked blowing his cover and spilling London's greatest secrets.
You label me as incompetent, Aura.
This man risked his life because he thought things would be different.
It is, isn't it? Isn't it different?
You can stammer, yammer, and clamour all you like, Aura. Your reputation as an agent is soiled.
I see. There's only one way I can exonerate myself. If I can prevent this golden opportunity, it means that I was correct in concealing him away, for its own good. Out of my way, you wanton lotus blossom!
No thanks to New Scotland Yard, my friend was out of action, clinging to life, and we were not one jot closer to preventing this dastardly scheme. But one question did linger. How did the bad guys know where to go to find him? Did they know of my involvement? All this could be answered by a revisit to the cafe.
Excuse me, Mr.
Jack, please. I'm surprised you forgot. You addressed me by name earlier.
Enchanté. I want information. Mr. Please can you confirm for me that you did a perimeter check in this area last time I was here, in this very chair?
Certainly, sir. I can.
My gratitude is abundant. Now, did you happen to notice any suspicious characters in the process?
Well, I didn't take note of much earlier, but now your friend is in hospital and has advanced the plot, I can tell you that I did see a shady fellow sitting in the light. In fact, he was right behind you. Perhaps you overheard your conversation.
This is terribly interesting information, please. Now, please can you enlighten me as to the current whereabouts of our aforementioned shady fellow?
Of course, sir. I can tell you the details of anyone staying in our hotel. Let's see now. Here he is. So he didn't leave a name, but he was staying in the room number 6, and has now departed to the manor on the edge of town. If memory serves, he ordered a mineral water with a slice of orange, and
You prattle on like some jaded seed picker. I have what I need. Thanks, please.
Not please, Jack. Please.
Armed with the knowledge of kings, it was time to follow the trail. I'm convinced that soon I will meet an arm of this octopus, which will lead me to a head, and then I'll cut it off.
Bad guys.
So, the guy with the hat. We figured you might show up.
Are you always this ugly, or is my vision blurred? I wouldn't surround me if I were you. You might end up with an inability to recollect the last few hours.
Alright, son, we'll give you a fair choice. How would you like to go? By resignation or defenestration?
Well, I do like the fresh air. It really broadens the,
Didn't anyone ever tell you? You must not grow up to be a lone wolf.
Don't make me howl.
I've had my eye on that meddling incompetent ever since I caught him eavesdropping on our plans. And I'm glad I inferred your interference in this whole ordeal.
Who are you? A cog in the machine.
I like to be useful. So, I'm simply taking back what belongs to us. This country has long possessed our gold under the guise of veracity. But one look at the years of history will show you that this is nothing but a dexterous hypocrisy.
In other words, you want to take the gold to your homeland because you believe it belongs to you.
Be it not said that I profit from another's misery. Just consider me a rectifier of antediluvian wrongs.
That may be, but it's better to ask for the gold than to take it.
You underestimate our need, our right, our potential. The crown of reunification awaits us, and I shall be the one to bear it on behalf of my homeland.
I warn you, Coggin Machine. A crown is merely a hat that lets the rain in.
Oh, yes! A hat that lets the rain in. Who knows where it will end? Of course, you know too much aplenty about us now. You need some special coaching. A lesson in permanent silence. There's only one way to secure that. Follow me. I shall seal you away in my underground lair. I still need to fix the hinges, but it'll do.
Yes. Sir.
You'll be here for a while, so get comfortable. The cog in the machine wants to know if you have any allergies.
No, can't say I do.
Alright, bad guys, it's time for departure. You secure the gold, and I'll bring the car round. Well, I'll be a penny farthing. You meddling, odious reprobate. You just don't know when to keep your hat out of it, do you?
Well, if you are the cog in the machine, consider me the spanner thrown right in.
How did you get in here? You'd be wise to tell us. Your ill-considered judgment will cost you dearly.
Nothing a bar of gold won't cover, I'm sure.
What in blue murder is going on here?
Ah, useless. You're just in time for the theatrical performance of a lifetime. I present to you our instigator.
He's bluffing. I object most strenuously. You'd better explain yourself, Aura, before I slap you with a slander suit.
With immense gusto. Who wants to hear a tale of one young blacksmith and the lessons he learned the hard way, heated daily by the fire?
Oh, I wish I'd never left my hammer. I would pound upon the iron.
He travelled to New Paris, where he ran into a bit of trouble. He returned to his homeland no better off, and in unctuous shame, he was forced to give up his profession.
You hear this drivel? This contemptible tree creeper has no idea what Codswallop is barreling from his face flank.
This former blacksmith was now penniless and destitute. He realized that the only way to effect change in his homeland was to secure kingly power. However, the country had no gold to make a decent crown. So, he would make up a fib that New Belgium had stolen their gold so that he could legally steal it back.
So that's why this unsightly fellow was smuggling the goods.
Yes, it's quite clever, really. You could have easily worked it out beforehand if you followed the clues.
Well, Aura, although I refuse to believe that your overstepping police boundaries was necessary, your activities have produced results. So your friend's sacrifice was not in vain. I retract your arrest warrant in recognition of these facts.
Inspector, I'm sure you'll have a sizable promotion awaiting you once you bring in this predatory scheming megalomaniac and his band of tailor's dummies.
Yes, Claude Teal, the detective who single-handedly solved the case.
You'll leave me a footnote in your glorious saga, of course. And how about my 10% commission? A bar of gold will suffice.
Police property, Aura.
You blithering nincompoops! In the time you wasted giving ludicrous exposition, my cronies have finished loading up the gold. We'll get this home all right.
Give it up, cog in the machine. Drat, I'm too slow. I need to lighten the load.
Vi wil horen een historie al van een jonge smid die verbrandt dat zijn memorie dagelijks bij het vuur. Mijn naam was ik nog met
More speed now.
Geven los van al dat smeden. Ik ga naar de Franse zwiet. Wil mijn voeten trouwen geven. Nooit een schone vrouw gezien. Was ik nog. De mijne naam was ik nog met geweld. Op mijn aanbeld.
What is going on?
Excellent work, X04. You unraveled the gold heist and identified the perpetrators responsible. They have all been brought into police custody for questioning.
Let's just say that unpunctuality is a trait which I despise vociferously.
Your friend has made a full recovery, by the way. His vernacular has been restored.
How exquisitely felicitous.
I must say, with that Chief Inspector Useless Teal receiving their promotion, I dare say you may be due one yourself for your loyal service over the years.
Well, be it not incumbent upon me to sway your good judgment, Chief Inspector Detective Colonel?
Fret not, Mr. Aura. I shall put a good word into number 1 once I'm done checking my telegrams.
All
words are most agreeable to my auditory senses, chief and superb. Mr. Aura, these £1,000 in restaurant fees,